More hostages released just before 4 o'clock our time today. We have important new developments in the Israel-Hamas truce and prisoner swap. Both sides have now agreed to extend that truce for an additional 2 days, and that's according to the Qatari government. Hamas and Israeli leaders will continue their temporary peace in order to allow more humanitarian aid into the Gaza Strip, as well as for more prisoners held by both sides to be freed. Dozens of people have been held since the October 7th attack when Hamas attacked Israel. Now, nearly 2 months later, 11 more Israelis were released today in exchange for more than 30 Palestinian women and teenagers held by Israel. The release today, 9 children and 2 women. No Americans were released today. A lot more coming from ABC's World News Tonight, coming up at 6:30 after WHAS 11 news at 6. And now the president responding to a shooting in Vermont being investigated as a possible hate crime. 3 Palestinian American college students were shot over the weekend, and the accused gunman facing a judge today. Here's ABC's Melissa Adan.
The suspect accused of shooting 3 Palestinian college students is now in custody, charged with 3 counts of attempted murder. 48-year-old Jason Eaton pleading not guilty in court today. The alleged gunman accused of opening fire on these 3 20-year-old college students, Hisham Aratani, Keenan Abdelhamid, and Tashin Ali Ahmed. Aratani attends Brown University. Abdelhamid goes to Haverford College. And Ahmed is a student at Trinity. All 3 graduated from the Ramallah Friends School in the West Bank. Police say the students were shot outside the home of one of the victims' relatives during the Thanksgiving holiday, and that 2 of the students were wearing traditional keffiyeh scarves. They were reportedly speaking Arabic when the suspect allegedly fired at them without saying a word. All 3 hospitalized.
3 young men have been the victims of an unprovoked and terrible crime, and that their lives have been changed forever.
Hisham's mother telling ABC News her son has a bullet lodged in his spine and doctors are unsure if he will be able to walk again.
I'm shaken, I'm hollow inside, I'm aching to be with my son. He's lying immobilized in a bed. But he had very high spirits in the beginning, and I think now it's beginning to sink into him.
Officials say they have not yet obtained evidence to charge Eaton with a hate crime enhancement. However, Burlington leaders calling this a disturbing and hateful act.
I'm grateful that the police department and the government is looking into hate crimes and taking this very seriously.
The investigation is ongoing as officials try to determine motive. Eaton is being held without bail, and if convicted, his charges could potentially result in a life sentence. Melissa Adan, ABC News, Los Angeles.
In a statement late today, President Joe Biden says, quote, "While we are waiting for more facts, we know this. There is absolutely no place for violence or hate in America, period. No person should worry about being shot at while going about their daily lives. And far too many Americans know a family member injured or killed as a result of gun violence. We cannot and we will not accept that."
What do we want?
A contract!
When do we want it?
Now!
Woo!
Right near Bellarmine today, these Louisville coffee workers walking out, still on strike. Sunnerghost union members have extended their strike that started on Black Friday, and they're calling for a boycott of the business until they return to the counter and start making coffee again. Well, the workers joined the union just back in January, but they haven't been able to reach a contract agreement with the company. Our Ian Hardwitt went to one picket line today where they're trying to convince customers to pick their coffee up somewhere else.
Some drivers show support for the protracted picket line and others don't.
That's okay.
Evan Peak, one of the baristas, says they organized for better wages and worker protections. He wants to see a just cause provision in the contract,
which essentially puts the burden of proof on the owners to make sure that they have fairly and justly terminated or disciplined one of the employees.
Until they go back to work, they're calling for a boycott of the business. From the sidewalk, they try and convince people to get coffee from a nearby Heine Brothers instead. Their workers are a part of the same union and reached a contract agreement without a strike. While some took their business elsewhere, plenty of customers still ventured in for a place to work and a warm drink. Kyle Barnett, one of the Sunnerghost shop's regulars, participates in the boycott while acknowledging the efforts of the small business owners.
We say an individual built something, and that's true to an extent, but it's really the people that work the counters and the people that work day in, day out that really sort of make the thing work. And without them, you don't have a business.
As for those owners, we've attempted to reach them since last week. We called and emailed them Monday morning, but they didn't respond. Union members at the Norris Place Center Goss location tell me the strike could continue indefinitely until a contract is reached. Those negotiations begin again on Tuesday. I'm Ian Hardwitt in the Deer Park neighborhood, WHAS 11 on your side.
These workers join hundreds of thousands of people participating in strikes so far this year. There's been a surge of work stoppages linked to wage increases and expanding benefits as unions struggle to keep up with the rising costs of living. From Starbucks, Hollywood writers to Amazon employees, more people are organizing to make their demands. Across the United States, more than 273,000 U.S. workers joined unions just last year. Well, the Center Ghost employees chose a very busy weekend to strike. Stores picketing during peak Black Friday shopping hours, but now brick and mortar stores are getting a break for Cyber Monday. Today, we stopped by Amazon's newest delivery station. This is on Durrett Lane in Louisville to see how they are keeping up with the high demand. More than 150 employees were packing up presents and holiday sale purchases. The company had a record-breaking Black Friday with more items sold on Amazon than ever before. Amazon says they've been preparing since January 1st to help ensure that they deliver for customers another successful holiday season.
We're doing our part to maybe someone can't get out to Christmas shop, and this is definitely an option for them. Maybe you can't find that one item that's only available somewhere across the United States, and we're going to be able to get it to you, and that feels good.
Once everything is sorted out at the delivery center, your packages then head into delivery trucks and, of course, then head next to your doorstep. More local news here at 5. We are learning more about the suspect who stole a police cruiser in Greene County, Kentucky. That's southern Kentucky. It happened just off Route 68, where police were executing a search warrant. Officers say they handcuffed a man after a scuffle with Greensburg police. While he was sitting with the cruiser, police say 30-year-old Alicia Posey jumped into the driver's seat and then drove toward police officers. And that's when officers shot towards her. Investigators say she was able to get away with that cruiser along with the original suspect. The abandoned cruiser was later found about 12 miles away. Police tracked down both suspects. Posey is now charged with theft and attempted murder of a police officer. The original man arrested is charged with drug possession. Here at home, Louisville Fire Department crews are trying to determine what started this fire in the Highlands early this morning. It happened at this house at about 5:30 a.m. on Eastern Parkway in the Deer Park neighborhood. When firefighters arrived, they found fire coming through the rooftop of the two-story home. It took more than 3 dozen firefighters about 45 minutes to get everything under control. Fortunately, no one inside the home was hurt. The family got out okay. No firefighters were injured this morning. The case for the man accused of pointing an AR-style pistol at officers in South Louisville is heading now to a grand jury. According to police, Jerron Bobbitt is a felon and was not legally allowed to have a gun. LMPD recently released body camera video from the shooting involving Bobbitt. It shows officers initially responding to Beecher Street in the Wyandotte neighborhood on a domestic violence call.
Now, drop the freaking gun! Drop it!
And it's at that moment right there when Officer O'Shea Rogers shoots Bobbitt, injuring him. Other officers then come in to treat his injuries. Bobbitt survived the shooting, and he has pleaded not guilty to charges including assault and evading police. He's being held on a bond of $100,000 during his preliminary hearing this afternoon. The case was waived to a grand jury. That'll be heard in December. And 2 men charged with stealing almost $1 million worth of merchandise from Lowe's stores across Kentuckiana had their preliminary hearings today. J-Town police arrested Aubrey Walker and William Walker in connection with this scheme. Police say with help from others, the pair hit stores in Louisville, Frankfort, Lexington, Owensboro, and Evansville, Indiana. Aubrey Walker's case is now heading to a grand jury. He posted bond and was released today. Meantime, William Walker was not present today. His bond, though, was also posted.